But the reason you don't have $1 million is because you think like somebody in poverty. That's what Eric Thomas had to say on one of his Instagram posts. So he went on to talk about how he had a real conversation with one of his friends about them wanting to have more money. You guys know we had a conversation about this, right? You don't need more money. So his friend was telling him, and he had to break it down and tell him, why do you need more money? You don't need more money because you're only going to spend it. You're going to spend it pretending to be somebody that you're not, and you're not going to make it because you're a slave to it. You're a slave to the money. And so when you're not a slave to the money, that's when you'll start making money. And that's from E.T., the hip hop preacher. So I'm telling y'all, it's not just me telling you guys you don't need more money. Other people are telling you you don't need more money, because a lot of time we're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. But I'll tell you, if you don't figure this out, and if you don't figure out how to beat these 4 challenges that's killing your cash flow, you're not going to go far. So before we get started today, I want you to think about this question. What is the greatest expense you will incur in your lifetime? I've had a few responses to this question, but just take a moment to think about it. What's the greatest expense in your entire life that you think you're going to incur, whether you already have it, whether you're in it now, or maybe it's coming in the future? What is it? Y'all think about that. Hey, it's your favorite educator, Rashida Roberts, here at the Cashflow Convo, brought to you by Target-Financial.com, where we're talking about how to increase your cash flow and the crucial cash flow conversations about our everyday finances with real people and real results. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Thanks for stopping by to get a dose of money motivation. Don't forget to crush the like button. Tell us where you're from, leave us a comment, and share this episode with family and friends. Go to thecashflowconvo.com to check out more of our resources and to be a guest on our show. We want to hear real stories, real questions, and real results from everyday folks. Now let's converse about our cash flow. All right, so let's unpack what Mr. Thomas had to say. You would only spend it pretending to be something you're not. How true is that? How true is it that we keep trying to satisfy others and not necessarily satisfy ourselves? Because there's some type of issue within ourselves where we feel that we have to look good. We have to stunt. We got to floss for other people. Other people who are not paying your rent, not building into your legacy. They have no cost value in your life besides being a spectator. Okay, maybe throwing out a few negative items, maybe a couple of good quotes or whatever. Okay, we do so much for the haters, so much for people, not even people that we may particularly like. It's just a one-up on somebody else, and we spend so much money just to do that. That's just throwing our money away. And so you have got to get to a point where you are not a slave to this money. Okay, you know how debt feels, right? But it says it. The borrower is a slave to the lender. Okay, and anybody who's trying to hold on to their money with tight grips and put their money into the ground, they're the first ones that's going to lose it. Alrighty. So we got to do better. We got to do way better with the money that we have. We have to stop thinking with a broke mindset, with a poverty mindset. And whenever you're ready to make some money, you definitely have to get your mind in the proper spot. And that's why we're having these conversations, okay? Some of this, what I say, I will write it down and script it, but guys, sometimes it's just best to go off the cuff, all right? So we're not always going to be scripted. We're going to be doing interviews, and we're just going to have a real conversation about money. let's get back. All right. So let's see what kind of answers y'all came up with. Or since I can't talk to you guys directly right now, I'm going to tell you some of the answers that came up when I posted this question to my community. So, your greatest expense. Some of the things you guys probably said were children, medical expenses, marriage, student loans, education. Specifically, somebody said their master's degree, home mortgage, retirement home, food, rent, business startup, and hurricane, the after costs for hurricanes. And I live in Texas, so I definitely know about those hurricanes. I have been fortunate enough to be in areas where I did not have to incur those costs. All right, so these are all honorable expenses that over a lifetime will be considerable amounts, but just think about this. You pay taxes on all of these items in some form or another. Taxes. Yes, I said taxes. Taxes is the next challenge which kills our cash flow. And I know people are scared to talk about taxes because everybody's scared of the IRS. Did you guys know? Okay, and this is just something that I've read in the past I was watching an episode. I can't remember what the episode was, but about 20% of the people who get audited by the IRS are not even millionaires or billionaires. Okay. Actually, it said the most people who get audited they make like less than $40,000. So if you make a certain amount of money, the IRS is not even going to touch you. All right. But most of us are so scared to put things on our taxes, on our tax return. And we're just afraid, we're afraid when it comes to taxes. Okay. Because one, we just don't know. We haven't been educated. And two, we don't read. I still know people are out there talking about zeros and ones on their W-4. Guys, times have changed. It is 2020. They didn't just change this year. They changed previous years. There are people who have been married, had kids, and still have not updated their forms for their W-4. Okay, losing thousands and thousands of dollars, missing out on opportunities that they could have joined or they could have bought into because they simply won't lower their taxes. All right, so before I'm getting ahead of myself, let's see. Okay, if we're going to have enough cash on hand to pay for what we need, then we need to evaluate these taxes. Let's explore it, okay, in our lives, because that's, the grand saying, you only have to do two things in life. You have to pay taxes and you gotta die, right? So I think it's worth exploring why taxes are a form and a way that kills our cash flow. Okay. This is a rule the wealthy all know about is lowering their taxes, tax avoidance, not paying a tax if we don't have to pay the tax, right? Not tax evasion. All right. You'll get in trouble for that. But you can legally, ethically, morally lower your taxes and avoid some of the taxes that come your way, right? But today's not an episode to show you how to do any of that. It's just to talk about the taxes, how taxes are such a huge factor in stealing and killing our income that we're making, right? But don't forget, while taxes are slashing our income, inflation, as we talked about from our last episode, is working to equally lower the value of your money over time. Okay. Did you guys know that your taxes take about 1/3 of what you earn? 1/3. That's third. Oh my gosh. Some of y'all have a hard time giving 10% to the Lord. Okay? I know it's been hard for me at times because when you're in debt, you can't see. You cannot see through the glass jar. It gets muggy, gets foggy, your eyes get teared up, and everything goes haywire, right? But a third, we don't hesitate to give that third. We do not hesitate. So let's break it down, okay? You pay taxes on what you earn. That's all of your income sources. You pay taxes on what you buy, okay? Anything that you purchase. And then you pay taxes on anything that you own. So we're going to tax you before you get your paycheck. We're going to tax you when you use the money left over to buy things. And now that you own it, guess what we're going to do? We're still going to tax you on it. Okay? So let's say if you buy that house, you are still going to be responsible for paying the taxes on it, even well after you have paid it off. It is yours and you own it. You're going to have to pay taxes every year. And that will make you subject to losing your house if you don't pay your taxes. Okay, so make sure that you understand those three different categories. We pay taxes on our income sources. We pay anything we earn, anything we buy, and anything that we own. Okay, well, not anything, but the things of value that actually are taxable. Okay, so that's literally a tax for just about everything that you do. Heck, our air quality is probably taxed. I don't know that for sure, but just the breath, inhale, exhale. I'm pretty sure I just got taxed in some kind of way by breathing, by living. All right, so there are so many taxes. They're hidden. Some are in plain sight. You got income taxes, business taxes, property taxes, payroll taxes. If you inherit some money, you got taxes on that. Capital gains tax. Okay, you have investments, they're making money, you gotta pay. Okay, excise tax. They call that also the sin tax. So you like to smoke, you're drinking beer or booze, you're gonna pay taxes. You may not see it on the receipt, but they have embedded the cost inside of the product, okay? So, or the retail price, right? You got sales tax. You got gift taxes, retirement taxes, tariffs, tolls, travel tax. When you buy an airplane ticket, you would not believe actually how much you're paying for it to sit on the plane. Look at your ticket and see how much you're paying in taxes. A lot of times it's way more than what the flight actually costs. Okay, there are so many taxes. Your fuel taxes, workers' compensation taxes, unemployment taxes, import taxes, hotel room taxes, state, local utility taxes. Right? You pay a tax when you pay your cell phone bill. Okay, there are telecommunications and electricity taxes. There are insurance taxes, license taxes. Okay, guys, every step of the way, when you go to get in Texas now we have to get our car inspected first and then we can get our registration. But even on your inspection, you're going to see a certain type of tax. Okay, so there are so many taxes, we don't even think about it. Add all your taxes up and you tell me if that is not 1/3 of your money. If 1/3 of your money is being swiped from you left and right, we need to figure out how to actually save some of that money. Okay, so don't be mad at the president who doesn't pay a lot in federal taxes, business owners do pay other taxes as well, okay? But they still try to find ways in order to lower those particular taxes, okay? They put their money into hedge funds and all kind of other funds that are tax deductible. All right, so just make sure, start reading your receipts and your financial statements. You'll see that you are paying a lot more in taxes than you think. Now, add that up over a lifetime, and I guarantee you your biggest expense is hands down is taxes, okay? If it's not, hey, if I'm wrong, let me know, okay? Taxes, they're just everywhere, and most people don't want to pay them. But yet the people who make less than $60,000 a year pay the most taxes. You pay more in taxes than Amazon. Amazon and these other big companies, they pay so very little in taxes. $0 in federal taxes. Zero. You're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. And you got a $2,000 tax bill every year. Y'all hear that? Exactly. Because I can't understand it either. So, we need to figure out a better way, a much better way. Okay. So you try to work overtime and you get back chump change because those taxes are still eating up your dollar. The more you make, the more they're going to take every step of the way. Okay. How is it that the government gets your paycheck before you do? Who set that up? Y'all okay with that? But boy, let me try to get in my mama's purse as a child. Bop, pop. Y'all know y'all was getting a smackdown if you try to get in your mama's purse without permission. Okay? But the government can just dip their hands in your stuff whenever they like to and try to get that money back. Try to get it back after they done dished it out from your paycheck. That's hard knocks right there. All right, so we all wait on a tax refund all year. Okay, you know what the government does with that money? The money that you freely give to the government, they bank it and loan it out to people and collect the interest. So you just gave them an interest-free loan. Now, with all the broken promises from the government, their credit score should not be enough for a 0% interest loan. Yet they get billions of those loans every day. When was the last time you got 0% loan without question, without filling out the application? So you wait on this money just to get some of it back. So you trade your time for dollars, you wait on your paycheck, they rob you, you get some of it back. Okay. Now, somebody got to pay taxes. I know. I understand that. We need our roads. We need our water to be clean. Somebody has to pay taxes. It just doesn't have to be you. Okay. If you can't beat them, join them. And it's legal. Use the laws. Use the laws of the land in order to figure out how you can pay 0 to less taxes. All right. So, I repeat, you get some of your money back. Okay, all year you were robbed of about 1/3 of your paycheck, only to get some of it back. Between that point, many people have to work overtime. They get a second job. They get credit cards, etc., to supplement the pay. All right, and you only get some of it back, guys. I'll challenge you to go look at your end-year statements to see what you made, okay, when they send those statements out, and you can see how much did you make, and let's see how much you actually got back, especially if you're one who has never touched your W before since you've been on your job all of 15, 20 years or however long, and you are still getting a refund from the government. Okay, guys, a refund is not something to gloat about because you have let the government just hold your money, right? Why would you want to do that? Why? That's a vicious cycle that we definitely need to stop. Okay? You should be able to manage your money and get it up front so that you are not waiting and supplementing your pay with different things like trying to work overtime and or trying to get another job. All right. And using credit cards. I have been there using credit cards before you even get paid because you're like, okay, I'm going to swipe. But once you start swiping, you just keep swiping because you're like, okay, my paycheck is going to come in. But by the time you get your paycheck, you have racked up so many expenses that now you pay those off, but you still need to use your credit card. Okay? Paid on Friday, broke by Monday. That's the cycle that some of us are in. And if you could have an extra $200 to $500 in your bank account every month, what could you do with that money? If you got $500 extra dollars every month, all right, over a year's time, that's $6,000. You want your $6,000 now, or would you want your $6,000 a whole year from now? Okay, so we have to start reanalyzing what could that $500 do for you. Okay, and that's just an example. All right, so the biggest thing that the wealthy do, they make sure that they find ways to lower their taxes. How can you lower your taxes? Well, that's another episode, and it's easier than you think. I would say it's easier than you think, but it kind of is, kind of not, depending on, coming from different ways, okay? There are two different tax laws. There's a tax law for employees, and there's tax laws for business owners, okay? So, yeah, I can say just become a business owner. That sounds easy, right? There are some companies that make it easy, right? So it just depends, but not all businesses are very easy. But there's other ways that you can lower your taxes and make sure you're getting the proper deductions, okay? A lot of us are there. Another thing with the taxes before I even move on to lowering your taxes, right? So another way when you think about taxes is that once you do your return at the end of the year, so you've already been robbed of your money all year, right? Now it's time to file your taxes. But some people are so broke, they need the money so fast right now. What do they have in their backyards? They have, we can get you we can get your tax returns really quick, okay? You just have to give up some of your tax return in order to get a couple of thousand. Maybe you were due for $7,000 back on your tax return for your refund. But yet because you can't wait on the money, you can't file it and wait for it, you instantly lose $2,000 to $3,000 because we're going to give this to you instantly and upfront. The penalty you pay for one, not having patience, the penalty you pay for two, not being educated, the penalty you pay because you simply don't want to talk about money and you don't want to mess with the IRS. Man, the penalties that we pay. We have got to do better. So we have got to have these crucial cash flow conversations, and we have got to stop giving our money away. And we're just a little bit too comfortable with paying high dollar taxes. Okay. And we got to start holding ourselves accountable and looking at our financial statements and figuring out where exactly is our money going. Okay. Because if you don't know, I guarantee somebody else knows, and they're planning your money. And you have to plan your own money out. But if you're not looking at your financial statements, if you're not lowering your taxes and getting the money that you need to come into your household so that you can do something with it, that $500, let's say you didn't even need it. But what if you put it into an account where it earned some interest and it had an investment to it, right? That means that you're going to make more off the money instead of letting the government loan it out to somebody, not somebody, people like myself who want an education and just sign their lives away, right? With student loans. And they're making money off your money all year long, 10 times over. So stop giving out free loans to the government and get your money and just be okay with not getting that lump sum back next year, but being okay with, hey, now I can do what I need to do every month of the year, not one month of the year. Because even after that one, when you get your money back in that year's time, you're still, oh, not you, but a lot of people are still in debt, and they're taking that tax return and trying to pay off old debt that they already had. All right. So, okay. So how can we lower it? All right. I talked a little bit about business, but I'm not going to really get into that today. All right. But I'll give you an assignment. Okay. Go to your paycheck stub, see how much you pay in taxes a month, and ask yourself, could you use that money to increase your cash flow? Then go on over to the cashflowconvo.com, and I want you to visit the IRS calculator. Okay, you need to have at least two paycheck stubs, and I want you to fill out the IRS calculator. All right, that is strictly from the IRS. I'll put that link on my website there, www.thecashflowconvo.com, and I want you to fill it out. If you have not changed your W-4 since, I don't know, especially since 2018, then you are out for an awakening. Okay, they have changed it. All right, go in and see what it says. See how much in taxes that you're overpaying, because those are the exact verbiage. If you need help filling that out, and you don't really understand, then get with us. Send us a message. Use our website. All right. We also have our own membership with experts to help you lower your taxes, whether you're a business owner or your employee. Our experts will get you all the way right. Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to converse with you about this episode. But before we go, guys, Black Friday. Yes, it is coming up. Y'all know I am cringing. I am cringing. I promise you. Black Friday. Okay, I'll tell you my own story. Like, I seriously just finished paying off a credit card that I had from, I think it's been almost 3 years. And I really was not paying attention. I was just so happy, y'all, that I could pay the bills. Like, I've never had a problem paying the bill, but that bill was like $100 and some odd dollars every single month. Okay, probably at one point $200, but I dropped it in there. Okay, now I was not doing so well, but it wasn't until last year and this year I actually, started looking at those financial statements, and guys, I was paying so much in interest. It was ridiculous. All right. And I remember that a lot of those purchases came from a Black Friday. So I just made a goal to get it paid off. I paid it off in due time with my goal, because I wrote the plan down and it transpired. Okay. Even with hiccups along the way. All right. So I'm cringing because I just know there's so many people out there that are still going to make bad choices. Even after all of this pandemic stuff that's going on, even after knowing that some states are still going into shutdown and lockdown right now because of the more recent cases. There are a million cases of the pandemic, of COVID Just last week, I was listening to NPR News, right? But with all that's going on, people still aren't going to make the best choices. I put something on my timeline. It didn't really get a lot of hoorah or whatever, but I said people would lose their mind. Like, even though people know they cannot afford a present or to be buying gifts and getting a lot for Christmas, just the thought of thinking about not spending money and getting people gifts is so weary. It gives people anxiety. Now, you don't have the money, but it will make you feel better, put it like that, better to go ahead and charge what you need or put it on a credit card or borrow the money through a payday loan or taking some money out where you shouldn't be taking it out from, right? Or what do? We go to the pawn shop. There are title loans in our neighborhoods so that you can get some quick money. So we will do all we can just to get out there and buy some presents. That is how addicted we are to debt. Okay? People are just going to make bad choices all the way. They're just going to be wrong. All the way wrong. So wrong. I need to send them to timeout now. Just go to timeout. Put yourself in a corner and go to timeout, because I'm serious. I was asking some associates, okay, what they were going to do over the holiday, and someone said that they were going to shop until they were broke. No, man, no. No. All right. What is you doing? That's the question that I want to ask. What is you doing? Right? Oh my gosh, don't do it. Y'all, I'm so convinced that we just make debt normal. Why are we so immune to these broke habits? Black Friday is one of them. All right. So I want y'all to join me for the next podcast. Plug in to discuss how our next challenge that's crushing your cash flow. And don't walk into the trap that's coming up. All right. If you have to spend, guys, please write down the things that you're looking for. Go in it with a plan. Okay. I have things that I'm looking for, but I'm definitely not going to go broke. If you cannot pay for it, because I know sometimes they have those deals. If you can't pay it off in the next 15 days or even 30 days, I would suggest if you don't have the cash, don't do it. But I know they have those deals. You have to put it on a charge card. Don't go for the okie doke and get the deal and then not put the money on it. Okay. And wait. Life will happen. All right. Every Christmas we see it. Life's going to happen. All right. So don't walk into the traps that's set for you. I'm pretty sure between now and next week, 1 or 2 of my credit cards will have an increased balance. I kid you not. I'm going to come back and let you guys know or the next one. All right. So really quick, guys, we are looking for a guest on the show. If you're single, a couple, an expert, a business owner, college student, or so on, and have a question, a financial story, whether it's good, bad, ugly, just starting out with your financial journey, or you have a praise report of being debt free, guys, we want to hear it. Okay. Let's link up and tell real stories for real people on the cashflowcombo.com and change lives one paycheck, $1 at a time. If you're feeling the stress of finances during this time and ready to make a move, pre-order your copy of Find Your Spark, 7 Steps to Ditch Stress and Improve Your Financial Lifestyle. That's right. I got a book coming out. And I cannot wait to link up with the people who pre-order my book. I have so many things in store for you guys. So I want you to use this code. This is specifically for my podcast crew, right? The Cashflow Combo 30 to receive a 30% discount on your order of the book. Okay, so go to thecashflowcombo.com and click on the link to order. All pre-orders are going to be invited to a special launching. I'm going to have contests with door prizes, a chance to connect with us on our show, and so much more, okay? Even a private group for you guys. I can't wait to do giveaways because I am definitely a giver. But y'all know I got to get my cash flow up, right, in order to do that. So come out, support, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Cash Flow Combo.